Good day, collective. I am Sarah B, and this is Just Be Tarot. I was having some technical difficulties. I hope that everything looks okay and sounds okay. I don't know what the hell was going on, but hopefully it's remedied itself and we can move on. I am Sarah B, and as I said, this is Just Be Tarot. I am going live to pull some cards from this incoming week's energy and then do a card pull for you guys. I hope you guys are well and have had a good restful weekend. All right, Spirit, shuffling for the overall energy. So what happens is I pull some cards from a few oracle decks for the overall energy, and then I move on to answer the questions that are in the chat. Now I answer in the order that they come in. So be patient. You'll know it's your question because I do say the name of the handle before I read the question. So keep that in mind. I got this new tripod and it's much larger than my other one. So it's like I feel like it's looking at me. It's different. I'm just going to have to get used to it. I'm not there yet. And then when I went on, it was technical difficulties. YouTube wanted me to update a whole bunch of things. The stuff and the things. So we'll see how it goes. I feel like I am looking up at you instead of like at you. But we'll see. All right, Spirit. What's the overall energy for this reading, please? What do we have coming through for the collective? What do we have? Thank you. Okay, so it looks like you're being guided to be a little bit more detail oriented. Follow directions. Listen to downloads. If you're signing a contract, make sure you are, every I is dotted and T is crossed. Do the research on something before you go into anything new. And even if, you've heard something or something is being said about somebody, make sure you are getting the right clarification before you go assuming things. I feel like you need to be in the proper mind frame of logic, of leading with your head, thinking things through, delving into the research. And then we have Field of Dreams, which is almost the exact opposite. This is taking time to daydream and manifest and put wishes out into the world of what your dreams are. And now, not saying you don't have to work hard to get those dreams, but now is a time of putting things out there. And getting things discovered by the universe. Because you never know what's going to catch. So if you make the dreams, then there's going to be fresh starts for you. Eggs represent new cycles, a birth of something new coming into your life. So be on the lookout for this. Your manifestations are coming, and I feel like they're divinely guided. The wishes that you put out there are coming towards you, but you have to keep working hard for it. But I do feel like you're going to start seeing some clarity on those things that you've been working hard at and trying to manifest. All right, so let's see what's in from this deck. Now, I am going to be transparent with you. Right now, I'm pulling for the overall energy for the collective, but I'm going to not pull that many cards only because my beloved Eagles are on tonight for Monday Night Football, and I'm not going to be able to spend as much time as I would like to on live. So being honest with you, so I want to make sure I get to your card pull, so I'm only going to be pulling a couple cards from each oracle deck tonight for the overall energy to get to your questions quicker. So just a transparency. I mean, I'll still probably be on here for an hour and a half or so. It's not like I'm going to just come in and out of your life, but so right now I'm pulling for the overall energy. And after I'm done the few oracle decks that I pull from, I'm going to move on to the questions that come up in the chat. And I go through each one individually. I pull 2 cards for each question. You'll know it's your question because I do read your handle before I read the question. So be patient. I do scroll all the way up to the top to answer them in the order that they are received. Okay, Spirit, so what is the messages that the collective needs to hear? Thank you. Can I have another card from this deck? Thank you. Okay, so we have Quantum You. Harness the power of quantum physics to manifest the life you desire. Quantum physics, jumping from life to life, from situation to situation. And then we have the power of your life lies in the presence of the now. The power of your life. So this could be the now in a different. So concentrate and be present in the now. Don't think about what the future holds. Don't think about, how things happened in the past, because you can't change the past. There's nothing you can do right now that's going to make any difference in how the past played out. All you can do is live for right now. There's no control over what's going to happen in the future. So we must remain present. But to manifest the life you desire, harness the power of quantum physics. I'm going to pull one more. Harness the power of quantum physics. So maybe it's like maybe astroplaning or something along those lines, like being present, but in a different, on a different plane. The power of now. So this is about living presently. There's immense power in living in the present moment. So this is a reminder for us to stay present. Do not dwell on things that we have no control over. Keep our mind free of worry of what's going to happen and how things are going to play out. and have faith in our higher power that things are going to happen exactly the way they're supposed to. Okay, can I have a couple spirit from this deck for the collective? Okay, so we're getting, ooh, there is somebody who is, somebody has a lot in your energy, has a lot of anxiety if this is not you. And your anxiety is causing you to have a lot of feeling helpless, feeling saddened, feeling depressed. Either you or somebody, this could be you being jealous of somebody, I feel like, with this anxiety. I'm get like, usually I feel like I'll say if it's somebody else that's feeling like they're envious of you, but I feel like this is you being envious of somebody else. Of somebody else's life, of somebody else's, it could even be somebody else's personality and how they are, how they present themselves and the energy that they're giving off. I feel like it's like even that kind of thing that you're envious of, like you can wish you could be more assertive, you wish you could be more charismatic, you wish you could be like somebody. And I feel like this is giving you anxiety, but you are fine the way you are. You have to use your skills, your the way you are. Use your gifts to your advantage and not be concerned with everybody, what everybody else has. It's a time to be grateful for what you have right now, because if you're grateful, then more of that energy is going to come back to you. You're going to be more of a magnet for manifestation. But if you're living with this anxiety and constantly want to be something else that you're not, then it's going to be too much. It's going to eat you up. So Spirit's saying you have to move on from this energy of anxiety, of envy, because it's giving you anxiety. It's making you feel hopeless. It's making you feel less than. And you're doing it to yourself. So it's time to move on. Don't sit and dwell in that type of energy. Okay, so let's move on to this one. Messages from Spirit. Let's see what Spirit has to say from this deck. Little reminders. Little reminders from Spirit. What messages for today? What messages? What messages? What do we need to know? Don't blame yourself. Practice mindfulness. And I say this a lot. Pay attention to what you're doing, the reaction it's having on people, or people's reaction to what you're doing. Is it positive or negative? Practice what you're saying to yourself. Be mindful of the words coming out of your mouth or the words that you are using to describe yourself. You know, your I ams. I am tired. I am lonely. No, you're not. Because you're only bringing that more into yourself. You're describing yourself that way to the universe. So more of that's going to come back to you. You can say, I need rest, but be careful of the I ams. That's a big one. So be mindful of the things you're doing, the things you're saying, especially the things you're saying to yourself. Take note of how the things you're saying are coming across to other people. Take a second, if it's not something that's going to be good in a situation, then maybe don't say anything at all. Maybe you don't have to get the last word in if you're one of those people. Thank you. We have learned from your mistakes. That's a good one too. There's no better way to learn. Sure, everybody can ask a question. Right now I'm doing the overall energy of the reading. And when I'm done pulling for the overall energy, I go back up to the chat and start at the beginning and answer questions. Now you'll know it's your question because I'll read your handle first. Now for every question, I pull 2 cards. So please be patient. I will answer your question with just as much respect that I give everybody else. And yeah, so I'm almost done. I'm going fast because, you know, my favorite teams play Monday Night Football. So I'm not going to cut it too short, but I'm definitely rushing through the overall energy so I can get to more of your questions. All right, moving on to the next deck. Now this deck is regarding people who are in your energy that you love. Now this can be familial, this could be situationships, this could be your marriage partner, this could be somebody you're dating or somebody you have a crush on, this could be a situationship or a booty call. Depends who it is and how this person plays in your life. So when I read off the comment on the card, it's whoever is on your mind, really. Awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. So somebody in your energy might be leveling up. So maybe they are separating themselves from you, or you feel like they're separating themselves and they are leveling up or trying to be more mindful. And sometimes, you know, if you're not on the same level, then people have to progress. Or this could be you. Maybe you're progressing and you're feeling like you have to leave certain people behind because they're not on the same level. All right, now we have retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. So maybe you need some time away or some time by yourself. Spirit, what else do we have from this deck? What else do we have? Thank you. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. So sometimes people are in our lives to teach us a lesson. And that's the only reason why they're in our lives. Some people weren't meant to be in our lives forever, and that's just fine. It's the way it's meant to be. So if you're wondering why this person has separated or disconnected from you, this could be why. You've learned the spiritual lesson. You've gotten all you can from the relationship, and the universe said, okay, now it's time to make room for other energies to come into your life. You've learned the lesson already. All right, so let's do a couple of cards from this deck. Thank you, Spirit. I'm shuffling for the overall energy. What does the collective need to know from this deck, Spirit? Now, this is for love situations. Once again, thank you. We have taming anger. Don't roar in arguments. Respect can heal wounds. So listen, instead of reacting, listen to what your person has to say. And this just isn't relevant with a romantic partner. This could be any relationship that you're in, a friendship, you know, something worth um healing. Whatever that could look like a lot of different ways. So if you're in an argument with somebody that you care about, and you're going to want to hear them out rather than just reacting and yelling and, you know, cussing and all these other things. That's, you know, our first, you know, sometimes that's our initial reaction. You know, try to listen to what they're saying. You know, try to take it in. Try to understand their point of view. Respect can heal wounds. Give them the respect that you want them to give you. What else from this deck, Spirit? 2121 on the clock. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell. That's going to let you know when I'm going live. Now, today happens to be one of my scheduled lives. I go live between 6:30 and 7 Eastern time. But I do like to do some pop-up readings. In fact, I'll probably do one on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. And hitting that notification will let you know when I'm going live, so you don't miss it. Oops, excuse me. We have unlock the gate, explore the unknown, and walk new paths together. So you might be fortunate enough to be on a new adventure with somebody. Maybe you are discovering that you both are first-time parents, or even if like one of you have a you know, a child or whatever from a different relationship, maybe you're pregnant together and this is a new path for you. Maybe you're buying a house for the first time or cohabitating for the first time together. You know, you're unlocking new things and starting new paths together. So this is about, you know, bringing that force, that unity together and experiencing things as a partnership. And even the littlest things, the intimacy there is really, really important. So some of us take for granted the little things that are quite intimate that we don't do with other people. That really brings us and bonds us to our partner. All right, Spirit, what else do we have? Anything else? One more card for the collective. Thank you. Oh, again, I dropped it. Excuse me. I'm going to have to take a walk this time. Sorry, guys. That flew clear on the other side of my desk, so sorry about that. Okay, we have enlightened truths. Share your insights, spreading awareness with the power of honesty. All right, so living your truth, not hiding behind a mask, standing up for yourself, discovering the truth about each other, not trying to hide who you are, being honest with yourself and with other people. Sometimes being honest with yourself is just as hard as being honest with other people, sometimes even harder, because we really have to look at ourselves and evaluate, and that's not an easy thing. So share your insights. All right, don't be afraid to speak up for yourself, to share your ideas. Your ideas are valid, you're important, and spreading awareness with the power of honesty. A lot of people, you know, have a stigma about the way certain people live or, you know, do things, or maybe addictions or whatever. But if you live your truth and speak about it openly, I guarantee that you'll find that other people have the same things going on in their life or know somebody who does. And I feel like the more we share, the more we're open about different people in our lives, and we've all been through the same exact things. And we just have to stand together in unity and help each other through things. All right, so I am going to start scrolling up to the top as soon as I light more incense. And get this rolling so I can start answering your questions. All righty. Let's see here. All right, I got my deck. Let's give it a good shuffle. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I am Sarah B, first of all. Hello, great to see you. If you're just signing on, great to meet you. And this is Just Be Tarot. And I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe because that's what we do here on YouTube. And hit that notification bell. That's going to let you know when I'm going live. I go live every Monday and Thursday between 6:30 and 7 Eastern Time. And I do pop up to do live readings. I try to do it at least once a week, if not twice. So that will let you know when I'm going live so you don't miss one. Now, I just did the overall energy for the week, or for the week coming up, and it was really about being present and make sure you are seeking clarity on things before you make big decisions, or and get out of your head. Stop being anxious and jealous about what other people are doing. You're just as important as them. However, I digress. I am now going to be pulling 2 cards for every question in the chat. So while I was doing the overall energy, the collective was asking questions, and I invite them to. So I can go scroll back and answer each question with a 2-card pull. So you don't have to ask any question more than once. I do get to you. You'll know it's your question because I'll read your handle before I ask the question or read the question aloud. So please feel free to ask some questions. All right, give it a good shuffle. Thank you, Spirit. I'm rolling back to the top. Hi, Jazz. How are you? Everybody who says hi, I'm saying hi back. So glad to have you here. I love your energy and your spirit. It makes me so happy. I was really looking forward to going live today. So excited to be here. Okay, Jazz has the first question, and she asks, what does Spirit Guide have to say about the way? I don't know. I don't know what that says, Jazz. What does Spirit Guide have to say about way feel so at peace with myself? Is that what that's supposed to say? What does Spirit Guide have to say about way feel so at peace with myself? I'm not sure what that says, but hopefully Spirit does. So let's give it a good shuffle and see what comes out. Spirit, I'm shuffling for Jazz. What does she need to know from her Spirit Guides? Hopefully you can understand Jazz's question. Shuffling for Jazz. She wants to connect with her spirit guides. What is this? What does Jazz need to know? Thank you. Okay, your spirit guides say that you're carrying a heavy burden. There's a heaviness right now to you. What else, Spirit? Can I get another card for Jazz's question? Thank you. Oh my gosh, am I going to be dropping these all night? Okay, so, and then we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, which just means getting out of your head. It's like you're burdening yourself because you're stuck in your head. So you need to get out of your head so this burden releases. Jazz says, what zodiac signs do I have energetic ties with? Okay, so that you need to cut the cords with. What zodiac signs? We have air. So we have air sign, and then we have pentacles. Earth signs. Maharaguna, hello. A couple of cards for me, please. Oh, Nicholas. Hi, Nicholas. How are you? I hope you're well. So I'm pulling some cards for Nicholas for general reading. What does Nicholas need to know? What messages for him today? What messages for Nicholas today? There's something that's not going the way you wanted to. The first card out was the Three of Cups. So something isn't working out or not going the way that you had thought it was good. Like how you wanted it to. Oh, we have the Three of Pentacles too. You might be having a... So 3-3. You might be having a rough time with like a family, part of the family or a friend group. Something might not be working out with a particular group of people, or this could be at work. Things might be changing. I just heard maybe systems are changing or procedures are changing at work. But there's something that you're not liking about it. Something is not working out with it. And like I said, that could be like an emotional disconnect also with like family or friends, or maybe there was an argument of some kind. Tammy Hall says, Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. Great to see you. Let me know if you have a question. You got to write it. Okay, Jazz says, what is in my current energy right now for me? Jazz wants to know what's in her current energy for her. What's in her current energy right now? Thank you. Ay, ay, ay. I got a new tripod and it's taking up a lot of room. So I feel like there's not a lot of that's why everything keeps falling. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is an indication to start saving. Queen of Pentacles is somebody who works really hard so they can have the life that they desire. Sometimes more than one job. So they can have nice things, go on trips, you know, live the life that they want to live. Oh my gosh, I cannot keep doing this. I gotta figure something out with this. This is ridiculous. All right, so yeah, this is maybe this. I just got an indication like maybe there's something that you like you want to master or go a skill that you want to master so you can make money at it. Perhaps. Have you been thinking about mastering something? Maybe going back to school and getting certified in something to make better money? Hi, Scorpio 1180. How is R the Gemini feeling about T, the Scorpio? How is R feeling about T? Asking for Scorpio. Thank you. Can I have one more card, please? Can I have one more card for Scorpio? How is R the Gemini feeling about T, the Scorpio? Asking for Scorpio. Okay, well, this is where we're starting. A lack of passion, a lack of creativity. Oh. I feel like they feel let down a little bit. I feel I just heard the term high, like they had high hopes for you. I'm hearing lack of attention. Maybe they're giving you a lack of attention or you're giving them a lack of attention. But at one time there was a lot of desire. I mean, this is there. It's just in reverse. So I feel like some kind of lack of something is making them feel like they are not confident anymore. Okay, J Forever says, can I ask if that's, can I ask this, that secretly likes me, is it a friend or a past lover? Okay, so whoever secretly likes J Forever, is it a friend or a past lover? Whoever secretly, what's the energy there with J Forever's secret person? Are they a friend? Are they a past lover? What is the energy there for Jay? What is the energy there for Jay, Spirit? Thank you. What is the energy? Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I feel like there's been so at first I feel like is somebody this is somebody from the past that I feel like you have parted ways with, okay, when you were younger. Because this is a knight. So I feel like this is young energy. All right. And I feel like you put too much thought into the situation at the time. It was, you were too young to be thinking that far ahead about any kind of serious relationship. Okay. Because you go from like having fun and then all of a sudden you start to get serious. Like you start dissecting everything that was coming along, like everything, like you started to maybe learn stuff about, find out things that you weren't really big on. So I do feel like this has an energy of a past lover. I do see you sitting here as the King of Cups. So you are somebody who people are attracted to because of your emotional connection towards people. You're not just the type of person to love them and leave them. You want an emotional connection. You want to develop a rapport with people. Um, I do feel like you have a little bit of a guarded energy, though. You're not just going to let anybody into your energy. You know, you're not just a serial dater. You are the type of person who vents people out. When you are attracted to somebody, you're attracted to somebody, you know, for it's very few and far between that you find somebody who you're really into. But you don't let your defenses down for everybody. You don't let everybody in. Um, but I do feel like this is somebody coming back from the past. I feel like there is too much happened too soon when you were younger. This is really immature energy because if this is where you're at now with this King of Cups, this was, I mean, young energy. Oh, thank you. Jazz says, I hope that your team, the Eagles, win on football game tonight. Thank you. Go Birds. I hope they win too. Okay, so Carla says, hi, B. I am living abroad, going to travel to spend Christmas with my family. Oh, that's awesome. Could you give me a message of advice from Spirit? It can be sometimes challenging in these times. Thank you. Sure. Spirit, what advice do you have for Carla? What advice do we have for Carla? What advice do you have for Carla regarding the holidays? I feel like there might be... I'm getting an air of something unfair might be. You might be treated unfairly, or you think that something is unfair. It might not be you, it might be somebody is getting treated unfairly, but it is in your energy. So this could be somebody over the holidays that you really feel like, wow, they're getting the shitty end of the stick. And I feel like you might try to help them. I do hear that you need to think of yourself first like your natural reaction is to try to help people, but I'm hearing you have to take care of yourself first. And if it's not in your best interest to get involved in this situation, then you need to step back. Because naturally you want to help somebody. Naturally you want to be there to support somebody. And that's beautiful. But sometimes things were meant to be worked out themselves. So I feel like Spirit's saying you have to think of yourself first. This might not be the situation that you need to step forward with. And we do have that with this Five of Cups as well, which is, if you remember the Rider Waite, it's somebody looking at somebody else's cups that are spilt instead of looking at their own cups that are upright. So yeah, we want to help other things, but sometimes things aren't meant for us. You know, paying attention to things that aren't serving us is not the always the best thing, for not just for us but for other people to live and learn and grow. So as much as you want to lend your hand, this needs to happen. While you think it's unfair, it's going to be important for the situation. So however that resonates. Tammy Hall says, who is going to be my partner? Well, I'm not a mind reader, and I'm not a future. I can't predict the future, but I can tell you an energy of maybe this person. I read energy, Tammy, so I can't tell you who is going to be your partner, but maybe I can give a description and you'll know who it is. This is somebody who is very busy, has a lot on their plate right now. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands. Oh, and somebody who is going through a lot of changes. Yeah, this person, whoever your partner is, I feel like the universe is working on their path. They're going through a lot of changes. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with them. So the universe is working on their path, creating what they need to do, these changes, these lessons that they're learning. So when they meet you, they'll be prepared for your relationship. Okay, please only ask the questions once. I do get to every question. No need to spam the chat with the same question over and over again. Right now, I am working from top to bottom on the chat. I answer every question in the order it's received. And I do try to get to most of the questions. Sometimes there's a couple left over, but I do try to get to most of them. And it's your question because I'm reading your handle first and then the question. And then I pull 2 cards for to answer. So just be patient. Okay, the official Lambus. I don't know what that. The official ambassador of the 2311 says hi. Hello. Okay, so we have Ahmed Nadzar. That's interesting. Okay, Jazz says, will I be able to get a massage this weekend? Will I be able to get a massage this weekend? And then it says education. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means at all. So I'm going to answer that first question. Will I be able to get a massage this weekend? Jazz asks. Will Jazz be able to get a massage this weekend? Will Jazz be able to get a massage this weekend? Will Jazz be able to get a massage this weekend? Will Jazz be able to get a massage this week? Thank you. I am seeing no. Okay, so Southern Girl DeReal, hello. Is Joshua going to contact Trina with a positive attitude? It's just asking for DeReal. Is Joshua going to contact Trina with a positive attitude? What's the energy there with Josh and Trina? Thank you. Okay, so I do feel like there's going to be messages coming in. Now, as far as a positive attitude, I'm not so sure with this Justice in reverse. I do see that there's going to be contact made. Unfortunately, I'm not so sure that it's going to be with the utmost positivity. But like I said, that energy can change. Energy is fluid. So, but I do see, especially with this sword and the Justice card and this sword, I do feel like the communication is going to come in. Okay. Jazz says, was blocking channeled by Andy off of what? Was blocking? Why did he? Okay, so I'm just going to say, what is Andy's energy? Because I don't understand that question. Is the page called Channeled by Andy? Asking for Jazz. She wants to know if blocking Andy from TikTok was the right choice. We have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you were defensive towards him. He was coming in with love, and you got super defensive or coming in on an emotional, and you got defensive. Your guard went right up. So it looks like he was trying to connect with you, and your guard went up. Hi, Pat. How are you? I am doing well, thank you. Okay. Pat, I don't really ask about health. Let's see. I'm going to say what's in your energy, though. So one thing I don't touch is health. Unless it's like something definite that Spirit tells me. I don't ask about health. I don't pretend to be knowledgeable at all in health. I don't talk about pregnancies. I don't talk about anything like that. Unless I'm directly guided to it. So we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which means that something might not be working out. You can take that as it resonates. I don't know health-wise if that means anything to you. Can I get another card for Pat? Can I have another card for Pat? Spirit. What's in their energy? Shuffling for Pat. I do feel like something is not working out, but I feel like whatever's not working out is going to lead to really better things. A lot better things. But you might have to grab it while the getting's good. This might be like an opportunity that they're only giving to a certain amount of people, or maybe other people have been on a waiting list and somehow you have gotten privy to it. Um, Something along those lines. So something not working out for you is going to be hugely beneficial to you. That's what's in your energy. Now, whether you take that about health or not, that's up to you. But that's what's in your energy, Pat. Oh, excuse me. Thank you so much for asking. Go birds! Yes! Thank you. I love it. Hi, Elaine Tat. Okay, the Bong story, 10:05. Avijit Mondel's current feelings for Rima. Okay, what's Avijit's feelings for Rima? Asking for the Bong story. Asking for the Bong story. What is Avijit's feelings towards Rima? Thank you. Thank you. I feel like somebody is finally taking a closer look and starting to pay attention to what is right in front of them. For a long time, they've been paying attention to things that weren't serving them, going back to the same type of person they always have been, and it's not working out. You keep doing the same thing and it doesn't work out, then it's like, you're in a cycle. And then when spirit says, here's this cup, I've been, planning on this cup for so long, finally they're in your path. Now you have to take the opportunity to open your eyes and see it. And there she is. So I feel like somebody is finally realizing what was right in front of them. They see the emotional connection, or they're reflecting on the emotional connection. They see a nurturing, kind person. So it's like they're trying to break away from their old ways, and spirit's trying to give them the indication, like, this person is right here in your life. You already know them. Of course, Carla, my pleasure. I'm glad it resonated, because that was a confusing one. So, Cyan, hey love. Will I win the Expo Fish Prize in my category? Okay. Can I have the energy of Cyan winning? What is the energy of Cyan winning? Now, this is something that you've put a lot of thought into. With this 8 of Swords. Now, I do see we have the Knight of Swords, but it's in the resistance position. So it's making me think like, I feel like if you don't win, then you're going to be like a runner up, because it's like almost like you're almost there, but something falls short in this, because it's in the resistance position. It's like not going full-fledged, like we're winning, we're going to the end. It's in the resistance position, so I feel like it might be like second place. I feel like you're going to do well, but it's not taking the whole thing. I'm sorry, I didn't really like that reading. I like good news. Elaine Tat, does Yasamin, I hope that's right, Yasamin still have love for me? Shuffling for Elaine Tat, does Yasamin still have love for her or them? Okay, well, there's good energy coming from the universe regarding Yasamin. Now, okay, so we have 8 and 8. Okay, but this 8 is saying that you're stuck in a cycle. There's a cycle that you have to get out of before this good energy comes in for you. I feel like he most likely still does have love for you, but I'm getting that that's not a cycle that you should be involved with anymore. There's something else that needs to be happening for you that is not Yasamin. That energy is keeping you stuck and you need to move on. I know nobody wants to hear that, especially if they're still stuck on their love. But in order for good things to come in for you, this is an energy you have to detach from. Jazz says, yes, he page is called that. I don't know what that means. Oh, thank you, Pat. Appreciate you. Faith? Hello, Faith. How are you? Faith says, is my doctor in love with me? Thank you, Faith. Faith says, you're great. Thank you. I need to hear that. Faith wants to know, what is the energy of her and her doctor? What is the energy of Faith and her doctor? I feel like he caught on to the fact that there's some kind of energy between you two. That there's something there. What else, Spirit? Between Faith and her doctor. What's going on with Faith and her doctor? What is going on between Faith and her doctor? What is going on between Faith and her doctor? What time is it? Oh, I gotta start wrapping this up. We have about 10 more minutes left. Thank you. I feel like the universe is trying to give this doctor indications that, but I feel like his eyes might be set on somebody else. I do feel like he does know or has an indication that there's something there. There's an energy between you two. But right now I feel like he's looking at others. So I feel like Spirit's trying to give him opportunities to connect with you, though. Ray Pat says, what is the real reason I was let go from my employment? Why was Ray Pat let go from their job. Why was Ray Pat let go from their job, Spirit? Why was Ray Pat let go from their job? Why was Ray Pat let go? What is the reason? What's the energy there? What's the energy behind Ray Pat being let go? Thank you. I don't know, but it seems to be unfair. It might be because you spoke up about something, or maybe needed to speak up about something, or maybe somebody heard that you were going to speak up about something. But there was definitely an injustice done here. Speaking up. Whether that be you did speak up about something or you were going to. Maybe somebody got wind of it. Okay. Jazz says, what was my life lesson? My friendship with my ex-friend Jade and Destiny. I feel like you have to be introspective on what your life lesson is. Spirit Jazz wants to know what her life lesson is. I don't know. What's the energy there of lessons for Jazz? Trying to see things from a different angle. Trying to get a different perspective on something. Trying to keep an open mind and an open heart on certain things. You're welcome, Elaine Tat. Elaine Tat also says, any good news coming in for my career? What is coming in for Elaine Tat's career? What is coming in for Elaine Tat's career? Guys, don't forget to click on like and subscribe. Please, please, please. Also hit that notification bell to let you know when I'm going live. I go live every Monday and Thursday between 6:30 and 7 Eastern time. And I do pop-up lives, so make sure that you have that notification bell hit so you know when I'm going live and you don't miss one. Also, last week I just posted everybody's zodiac readings, so make sure you're checking them out as well. Make sure you're commenting and liking and subscribing and commenting. Let me know what you think. Yeah, tell me if it resonates. All right, shuffling for Elaine Tat. Any good news coming in for Elaine's career? What's the energy of Elaine's career? Thank you. Okay, so I do feel like you have a lot of balls in the air right now with this Two of Pentacles. You seem to be handling a lot of things right now. However, it seems to me like you might be unfocused. It might be a slow season for whatever it is you do. I just heard slow season. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, I don't know what you do. But I feel like you're able to kick back a little bit, to be a little bit more lenient with yourself at work. I don't necessarily think that this is a job that you love, but I'm feeling like there's not a lot of focus there right now, but you are trying to unburden yourself. Maybe you're trying to have more fun at work, trying to have more levity, make things more fun. But I'm not so sure you like what you're doing. What does Spirit want me to know about my dreams? Asking for Elaine. Elaine says, what does Spirit want me to know about my dreams? What's the energy of Elaine and her dreams? What is the energy of Elaine and her dreams? Okay, so I feel like you might even be having some sexy dreams about somebody. I just heard you need to relax. They're only dreams. So this is the 9 of Swords in reverse, which means maybe you've been getting excited about them or being like, oh my God, what does this mean? But I heard Spirit say, relax. They're only dreams. But I do feel like maybe there could be some, they could be adventurous dreams, they could be sexy dreams, but nothing to worry about. Thank you, Ray. Oh, thank you for letting me know that it resonated. I really appreciate that. Just Janelle, how are you? I'm getting ready to sign off in a couple minutes, but I'm glad I got to see you. Jazz says, what kind of education do I need to be a part of? No, I said to make more money. Jazz. It says, I said to be certified in something, maybe to make more money. Jazz wants to know what kind of education does she need to be a part of. What? Focusing more on yourself. I have one more card for Jazz. Focusing. This is the 5 of Cups in reverse. So focusing, put the focus more on yourself. Feel like you change your mind a lot about doing things with this Knight of Wands energy. So I feel like there's a focus that needs to be like what you want to do. You have to reflect and decide what you want to do. Thank you, Ray Pat. Okay, Just Janelle says, what is coming in for me for love? Shuffling for Just Janelle regarding love. What does she need to know? It's coming into her energy for love, Spirit. Shuffling for Janelle for love. What does Janelle need to know regarding love coming in? You're being guided, divinely guided towards your person. Knight of Pentacles. So this is going to be a slow mover, slow moving journey. Okay. Slowest knight in the deck, but it's going to last a long time. This is going to be a slow burn. They're going to be coming in. They're going to treat you fairly. They're going to be a partner to you. It's going to be equal give and take, and that is how you're going to know that it's them, because they treat you with respect. It's going to be an easy kind of relationship. They're going to want to take their time and get to know you, get to understand you. But like I said, it's going to be slow and steady. And this energy is divinely guided. All right, this is where I'm going to leave. And I'm sorry I have to cut it so short today, but the Eagles are on. I know. But it's Philadelphia and our fanhood. Read about it if you haven't. Yeah, so excited to watch the Eagles. And I'll be back here, though. Don't worry. Probably either tomorrow or Wednesday. I won't leave you guys hanging for that long. I appreciate you guys logging in and visiting. It's always appreciated. I love your energy so much. I really look forward to it all the time. Thank you for a great reading, and I hope to see you again. Please click on like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right. Be safe out there. Bye, guys.